Guys, it's Edith Ebenezer again from Semani Enterprise Tutors, and today we're going to be looking at a Java tutorial. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on increment operators. There are actually two types in Java. There's the post increment operator and there's the pre increment operator. Yeah, and as it means, or as the name implies, increment means to increase, and there's also another operator, increment operator, but this time is a decrement operator. It's also used to decrease, the value, yes, the value of a variable. So in order to get to that, let's have a variable, an integer variable called number1, and we'll set it to the value of 6. Okay, so just to test that it's working perfectly fine, I'll print out its value on the console so we can move from there. Pardon my slow system. Number1. Okay, all right, we run this. Just waiting for it to display. Okay, we see the number 6. All right, now say in your program you want to increase this probably by 1. So what a normal novice, or what you would normally want to do, is number1 is equals to number1 itself plus 1. Now in order to show what this means is that number1 will be equals to, now the value in number1 presently is 6, so 6 plus 1, which will be equals to what? Okay, so it now means that the new value of number1 will be equals to what? 7. All right, so this is what this line is doing, but there's a better way to do that. Okay, just to check that it works and it equals 7. All right, we'll put number1 and then we'll run as a Java app. All right, 7, that means my commenting is correct. But now they've made a better way. Java thought about how to make things easier and how to make the code more readable. So instead of doing number1 equals to number1 plus 1, they made an increment operator, and it's the plus symbol twice. Okay, so what this means is that increase the value of number1 by 1. So that means that here what number1 plus plus would be equals to what? 7. All right, okay, so let's test that. Run as Java app. All right, so there you go, 7. And remember I told you that they were post and pre-increment. Now the double plus symbol staying in the front of the variable name is the post increment operator, but when it goes behind the variable name this way, is called what? A pre-increment operator. But virtually here you wouldn't really see the difference, but in my next tutorial I promise to show you. When I explain an if and else statement, you get to know the difference between the post and the pre-increment operator. But if I run this Java app, you will still get the same 7, because there's really what post and pre. Now I'll give you just an insight. What post and pre does is that it increases the variable before the check. Probably it was using an if statement, it will increase the value. This pre, it will increase the value before it checks the statement. Or the post means it will increase the value after checking the statement, if the statement is actually true or false. I know that might be too much to wrap your head around, but I promise you in our next tutorial we're going to be discussing that. Now talking about right guys, so the decrement operator, as the name implies, means to decrease the value of a variable. All right, so if we had if we wanted to decrease the value of number1 by 1, what we'll do is this. Okay, -1, and then using our comments, and this means that number1, okay, is equals to value in number1, which is 6 minus 1, and then that will now give us that number1 is equals to what? 5. So if we run this, okay, you get 5. All right, but Java, people that develop Java I'd actually seen that this would be tedious, so they made a better way, which is the increment operators, which is a double symbol of the minus sign, and then with a semicolon. This will automatically do the same thing as the first one. So in order for us to check, we'll run this, use this, and then you would get what? 5. But as it is, as it applies for the pre and post increment operators, it also applies for the post and the increment operator. So this is a post increment operator. So if we move the signs behind the variable name, okay, it automatically becomes a pre-increment operator now. Please do permit my slow system. I don't know why she's behaving like this. I promise to get a better one once the money comes in. Okay, now this is what we call a pre-decrement operator, and the symbols, the double minus sign being in front of variable name, is what? The post increment operator. Now they are going to actually do the same thing for now, but I promise in our next tutorial we're going to be seeing the absolute difference between the two. But before I go, I would like to sound this warning that these two things are not the same. You can't do this. All right, you can't do 2 minus number 1. Okay, you can't do this. You can't do this. It's either you have this, all right, or you have this. So in our next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you, or in the next 2 tutorials, I'm going to be showing you how to increase the value of a variable by any number you wish, by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5. So stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.